This is Higher Maths, it's Unit 3 NAB, and we're looking at outcome 4, that's the wave function outcome. What I'm using today is I'm going to be using the HSN, question from the HSN website, and it's only one question, it's question 11, it's worth 5 marks, okay? Right, so let's go ahead and work through this question here. Okay, so first of all what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this equation here, and I'm going to equate it to this here. So that's the first thing I'm going to write down. I'm going to make that equal to k cosine x minus a. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to expand out the right hand side, and what I'm looking at is expanding out this compound formula just by looking at the formula list at the front, and from there making sure I get the right expansion for it. So let's go and do that next. So when I'm doing this one, I know that the sign is going to change, so that's going to change to a plus, and that's going to be k, it's sine x, and it's sine a. Just make sure that that's correct, so that you get the rest of the question in the correct manner. Right, so then I'm going to do is I'm going to equate, or compare, this part here to this part that's here that I've expanded. So just underneath it, I've got cosine x, so I'm going to write in the 12 cosine x here, plus 5 sine x. Okay, and what I'll do is I'm just going to box this in like this so that I know the bits that I'm comparing. So I'm kind of making that equal to that, and that bit there equal to that bit there. Right, so I'm going to take the sine part first. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll cancel out a sine there and cancel out that one there. Cancel out this one here and cancel out that one there. And what I've got is I've got k sine a is equal to 5, and I'm just going to write that. K sine a equals 5. Now just below that, what I'm going to write is I'm going to write the other part, so I've got k cosine a is equal to 12. So k cosine a equals 12. Okay. What I know here is that from there I'm going to try and work out the angle first of all. I know that that's going to be 5 over 12 because it's sine over cosine is equal to tan a. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a CAS table here. So all sine tan cos. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tick it based on what I've got for these two parts here. So here I've got sine a is equal to a positive 5. So if that's positive, I'm going to tick where sine is going to be positive. So there's two areas there. When I look at this part here, I'm looking at the cosine of being positive as well. So if the cosine's positive, I'll tick where the cosine's positive. Positive there, positive there. Where I've got the two ticks, that's where my angle is going to lie, and that's the solution that I'm going to find. So I'm going to find the angle in the quadrant 1 area. So that's going to be the acute angle. So I'll work that out first, the acute angle. From there I know that tan a is equal to 5 over 12. So I'm going to take that down first of all. Tan a is equal to 5 over 12. So I know that when I work out the value of a, I'm going to take the inverse tan of 5 upon 12. So we'll have a calculator in the NAB, so all I'll do is do that on the calculator, and all we'll go for is the shift button, tan, make sure that you're in degrees, okay, and 5 divided by 12, and that should give me my answer from there. So what I've got there is 22.61986 and some others, and what I'll do is I'll just round that to 1 decimal place, so that's degrees to 1 decimal place. Okay, so that's my value of a, so that's the first part of that complete. The next part I'm going to do is I'm going to find the value of k that I'm going to be putting in. So I know that k is going to be equal to the square root of the 5 squared plus the 12 squared. Right, so I've got a calculator, I could use that, and we can just expand that out. So that's just going to be 169, and the square root of 169 will be 3. So just punch that into your calculator if you need to, and work that one through. So that's me more or less completed what I need to do for this question. All I'm going to do is I'm going to write these numbers into this form next. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say that 12 cosine x plus 5 sine x is equal to, and I'll just start with that form there just to show you what I'm going to be substituting in. and all I'll do is I'll say that that is now equal to, so the k value was 13, cosine x minus, and I'm going to subtract the value that I worked out for a, which is 22.6 degrees. Okay, and that would be the question complete there. So let's have a look and see how we get our marks for this question here. Right then, so let's go for it. And the first thing that we'll do is we'll get a mark for expanding out the formula correctly. So it's going to be this mark here that we're going to get for this here. Now, a key thing that you need to watch out for is make sure that k appears in here as well. So that's really important, you know, for when we're doing the NAB. Must be there, and for your exam obviously. The next thing that I'm going to do is to compare the coefficients. So it would be this line here and this line here together. Okay, so that will give me my second mark. My third mark will be for processing the value of k and getting my value for that. Next one for getting the value of a, and then finally for stating this function here in this form that we've got here. Okay, so this one here, total of 5 marks. You need 3 marks out of the 5 to pass this outcome. Good luck.